welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tolu J. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys an eyebrow tutorial of how I do my eyebrows. I really decided to do this because I remember when I first started doing makeup, like I think it was like 4 years ago or so, I was always looking on YouTube for like eyebrow tutorials, and I always felt like I had a hard time finding some. So I decided I'm going to show you guys how I get mine. This is definitely a very beginner friendly video, so don't worry. I'm going to go as slow as possible so you guys can see everything I'm doing and hopefully follow along. So the main items that I'm going to be using in this video are my LA Pro Girl. I'm using 2 shades. I'm going to explain that when I get started, but the darker shade is on top and the lighter shade is on bottom. I have my Morphine pencil. I think this is in shade, yeah, this is shade Chocolate Mousse. I have an angled brush. This is very important. You need an angled brush. And then I have a gel to kind of brush up my eyebrows. You don't need a gel, but I definitely think it's helpful to get like that cleaner eyebrow look. So that's why I like using a gel. But I do want to say it's definitely a lot easier to do your eyebrows when it's like already kind of shaped and cleaned up already. I used to get my eyebrows waxed by this girl or this woman in Bowie. But then after a while, I started feeling like she wasn't always following the shape to be like both of them consistent the way I wanted, and I was just like, you know what, I feel like this is something I could do at home. So I use a small scissors, a spoolie, and a little shaver to shape my eyebrows myself. I will also make a tutorial on how I do that. I just can't do that now because I recently did it and there's not much to shave at this moment with my eyebrows. But yeah, so before we get started, just want to say it's a lot easier when your eyebrows are already shaved. If they're not, it's okay, you can still follow this tutorial, but you know, it gives you cleaner results, faster results, and things like that. So yeah, you guys, let's jump right in. So first off, I like to wipe off my eyebrows to make sure they're dry. I don't know, I just feel like it's easier to like draw on them and shape them when they're dry and their surrounding area is dry. So that's what I like to do first. Then I take my spoolie and I just brush it up. And I brush this side as well. So I just brush it up. So after I brush it up, you can honestly fill it in first or use the eyebrow gel first. Depending, I alternate, but in this video, I'm gonna use the eyebrow gel first. This is the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. I really like it because I feel like it keeps my eyebrows up the whole time. And not a lot of eyebrow setters do that, but I do know a lot of people said the NYX one is like really good. So if this one is, because this is a little more expensive, I think, so if you guys don't want to get the more expensive one, I think the NYX is a good dupe. And I've even heard it's better than this one. So yeah, you guys can give that one a try. So I brush up my eyebrows using the eyebrow gel. And I like to do both sides at the same time. So after this one, now I'm gonna go and do this one. And my eyebrows aren't always shaped to be exactly symmetrical because, as I said, you guys, I do them myself and I'm not a professional. But when I'm actually doing my eyebrows, I try my best to make them as twin-like as possible, but it's not always easy. So these need a second to dry. So when they're drying, I usually take a spoolie and I brush it up even more, kind of slow though, and kind of twist it in it. Yeah. So then, see, my eyebrows are like staying up. Do this side. And I usually fill it and it feels kind of hard. So that's usually how I know it's dry and ready for me to start what I want to start. So now I'm gonna take my Morphine pencil and I'm gonna shape it, fill it in. So to shape it in, you want to kind of follow your natural brow shape already and just like fill it in that way. I also don't like my eyebrows thick, so if you like your eyebrows thicker, you can over shape them, but I kind of just shape my natural brow. Okay, you guys, I added more light so that you guys can see it clearer. So shape it. Like I said, I'm following my eyebrow shape just like that, and do like small strokes. Don't be too harsh because you don't want your eyebrows to be too dark. If that's the look you're going for, you can go harsher, but I don't like my eyebrows to be too dark. So I'm literally going over the top, and once again, all I'm doing is following my natural brow shape, just like this. And sometimes I might add a stroke or two in the front, and it literally looks just like this. Yeah. So this is kind of the easy part. After it's filled in, I sometimes just use the spoolie and clean up the shape. Just like that. So this is filled in. This is not filled in yet. So I know you guys definitely see a difference. This one is darker than this one. Okay, so now you're gonna take your angled eyebrow pencil. This is the Morphine in M165. I then take my LA Girl concealer. This has never failed me when it's come to my eyebrows. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I start with the bottom. So as I said, lighter on the bottom, darker on top. Okay. And I start at the bottom. And because sometimes I like my eyebrows thinner, I overline it a little bit, but you don't have to. That's up to your discretion. But yeah, so I start cleaning it up with the concealer, following that same shape. Clean it up with the concealer. Take your time. Sometimes my eyebrows take me 10 minutes, other times they take me 30 minutes. I feel like eyebrows is that step in everyone's makeup routine that's just like, it's low-key like the most annoying step because you just want it to be perfect, and it's hard for it to always come out perfect. But if you see, all I'm doing is just going up and cleaning it. That's literally all I'm doing. And I'm overlining a little bit. So overlining means that you're like getting your actual hair, but the concealer is brighter, so you can't even tell that I overlined a little bit of my eyebrow hairs. So just follow the shape, or honestly follow the shape that you want to make. I like my eyebrows to be a little arched, so I tend to arch it. Now I'm gonna take my same brush, go up top, and clean it up top as well. I hope you guys can see it well. And I want it a little thinner, so I'm overlining more. And I forgot to tell you guys, it's good to have like any brush that you can use to blend out the concealer while you're doing your eyebrows. I kind of blend it out continuously until I get the shape that I want, because I think it's easier for me to see the shape that I'm creating. Okay, so I've blended it out and I don't really like this shape as much. So I'm just gonna take my concealer still and then keep working with the shape. So that's what I'm saying. Eyebrows is really just about the type of shape that you wanna create. So I want the arch to be a bit more. And I'm cleaning up the tail. Okay, so I slightly overlined it here. So you can literally just take your pencil and go over it again. And that will kind of fix the overlining problem. Okay, you guys, so this is the shape of my first eyebrow. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. To be honest, anytime I'm wearing like a side part wig, I try not to stress too much about my eyebrows looking exactly the same, because this side is going to be kind of covered anyways. Just a little hack for you guys. But yeah, now the hard part is about to come, which is trying to get these to match. For the sake of this video, I'm going to try to make sure they match, but as I said, since I have a side part wig, if I wasn't making this video, they would look close, but I wouldn't have so much pressure. So the same exact step with this eyebrow. So we're going to fill it in lightly, light strokes. Okay, so the bottom, I've outlined that, and now outlining the top. And I could fill it in even more, just like that. Okay, yeah. So that's good enough for me to start tracing it with the concealer. So remember guys, the same step, take the lighter concealer for the bottom and start working your magic at the bottom. We're gonna just keep outlining it and fixing it until it looks like this one as much as possible. So just keep going in, keep playing with it until you get the perfect arch and shape that we're always achieving for and not always able to fulfill. I noticed that this eyebrow is a little darker than this one, so I'm just gonna go in and fill this one out more so that the darkness matches as much as possible. And I don't know why, I feel like there's always one eyebrow that just always cooperates and is so much easier to do. This is my easy eyebrow, this is my hard eyebrow. Every single time, this eyebrow, I'm able to do it in like less than 5 minutes. This one will take me 15 to 20 just for that eyebrow. Still a little darker. Okay, this tail is just a little longer than this one. And to shorten the tail, you go from the bottom, thin it out, and then clean it at the top. And you just kind of repeat until it's the length that you want. So clean at the bottom, clean at the top. And the tail just keeps getting shorter. This way is more controlled. Clean at the bottom, fix it up top. Now that I'm done outlining them with concealer, it's best to brush out the front so that it looks as natural as possible. And I finished blending it out. Blend. Also, you don't want the lines at the bottom to be too harsh, so try to blend that one out as well. And you guys, that is the finished look. This, I'm satisfied with this. But for you guys doing it at home, if you're not satisfied with how much they match, just keep doing everything that I said. Fill it in, outline it with your concealer, blend it out, and if you just keep doing that, you're gonna end up getting the perfect shape that you're looking for. Okay, you guys, that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for my beginners. As I said, I know doing eyebrows is like the most stressful part of doing makeup at times, so I hope this was helpful. As always, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.